Hi guys. I thought I was done speaking on the topic of feminism, but and feminists, and it looks like there are a few issues that's still bothering me, and it's probably bothering some of you. So I thought I'll go ahead and make a video on this topic, and it has to do also with men going their own way. Um, I listened to Emma Watson's UN speech and about he for she and some of uh, the dogma of extreme feminists and feminism and even moderate feminism, some speeches on, and it always see, and the definition of feminist, the feminist movement is what it's about is about equal rights for man and woman, for men and women. And within the same breath of saying that, they go right to talking about women's issues and never includes men issues at all. In my research, and hopefully you guys out there can find some. Where have the feminist movement ever pursued and petitioned the government on men's behalf? If there anything out there that you can find, just put it in the comment section down below, because that would be very interesting to see, because I haven't seen anything like that. And so the first thing I notice is there's a lot of blaming. Women blaming men. At least the feminists are blaming us for our ways, for our nature. I don't see feminists going out into the jungle and catching a tiger or a lion and say and try to make it into a pussycat. It's impossible, and it's insulting to our intelligence and our nature as men to us to patronize us, or I guess they wouldn't want me to use the word patronize, but matronize us with crap about what we what we're going through, because talk is cheap. Men don't do a whole lot of talking. um, let's see the action behind, actually addressing some of the stuff we're going through. And talking about, she mentioned something about us coming, joining her, the he for she, it's for everybody, and men can will be free she want men to be able to be express their emotions freely. And the way I took that to mean, and I understand her point of view, but the way men look at that, at such a statement, is that she want us to become women or like women. And the movement, the feminist movement and the he for she movement, wants men to conform to women's standards and become women ourselves. And but the reality of that is that women do not reward men that act like women or become women. You know, that's why we have the bad boys and the stereotypical alpha male and the things like that. And the player. Women reward those type of people, the ones who don't give a damn. The same the same thing, behaviors that feminism is fighting against. Women reward those type of men with sex, love, attention, money, their entire being, until they get used up and dried up and then want to come and leech off men like myself, who have grown up in the practically ignored. And then all of a sudden we got money, stability, and because we've developed our skills, we're more complete than the thugs and the players. Now you want us, but we don't want you. So um, it's kind of it's hypocritical because women naturally, gravitate to, bad boys and thugs. So um, her message is confusing in that regard. Um, Second, the other point that I think is really interesting is that with that statement is that um, if feminists and he for she want men to be women so bad, why don't they um, become involved with women and just forget about men altogether? Create a community of just women, um, and allocate responsibilities. Have women to clean the sewage system or install the sewage system, maintain the the system, clean it, waste system, wastewater management, all that. Um, have women plumbers, have women lawyers, doctors, CEOs, have women run and owned and established businesses built from the ground up. Um, have women, of course, salons, hairstylists, cosmetic companies, develop all those things, and run it, develop it by women. Let women develop it and let women run it, and market it and all that stuff. And because it seems to me that feminists want men to be women, like I said, and it'll never happen. You will have a few men there that will support something like that, thinking they're going to get some pussy out of it, or because they want to stay on the good side of those women. But those women ain't going to give them shit. And, you know, I know it, but they don't know it. I'm raising girls, so I understand some of the issues that they're addressing, but they're going about that stuff around the wrong way. Rather than point blame, woman up. Rather than tell us to man up, you need to woman up and stop whining and crying and begging men to do these things. Do it yourselves. If you hate us that much, I shouldn't say hate, but if you're bashing us that much, if we the ones that's at fault and we need to change, I guess you guys are perfect and the best thing, God's gift to the earth, and in some instances you are. But it's also sending a message. Well, the other message I'm getting out of feminism speeches and the slut walk and all that stuff is that these feminists and he for she movement desperately need men to be part of their movement, because they obviously can't do anything without men, and yet they insult us, try to insult us, or shame us into joining. No real man is going to be shamed or insult or join just because you insult us or you try to shame us. We're not ashamed of who we are. You will get some punk men who gonna be easily swayed because they're the ones that you typically put in the emergency dick glass, or the friend zone, that's desperate to get some pussy, and they don't really care about you in per se. Especially if they're young, they're just looking for some ass, and they'll do whatever they think is necessary to get that to stay on your good side, because they're stupid and don't really realize that they will never get no pussy from you, because they're already in the friend zone and they're practically bitches to y'all. That's why the thugs and the bad boys get all the pussy, for the most part. So, but men see through that crap. Now, the other issue that I'm getting from all this is that well, it's something that women need to understand. At least the feminist movement need to understand, and the he for she movement and Emma Watson need to understand. we don't need women for anything. We like women. We don't mind having kids. We only need women. The only thing we need women for is to have kids. And in my mid 20s, from my teenage years right up till about 30, mid 30s, I didn't give a damn about having kids of my own. I didn't want any, because I just wasn't financially secure enough to raise a kid easily without struggling. It was only around my mid 30s, 35 years old, that I felt that the nature taking over, where I felt that overwhelming desire to have kids. But reality set in, and I couldn't afford to take care of kids, and I really had no interest in the drama of women at the time. So that pretty much shut down that feeling. Um, and today I really don't feel a need. If I have a kid, great, but I don't need a kid, and I won't be alive for another 100 years. So I really don't give a damn about the future as far as me having kids to pass on my legacy. I'm passing on my legacy through the kids that I'm taking care of through the foster care system. And no, they're not my biological kids, but I can teach them a different way of thinking, kind of like what feminist movement are trying to do. But to some extent, but they also want to make us women, and it's not going to happen. And my girls, I talk to them all the time about what it's like, what it is from my perspective, standing on your own 2 feet, being able to don't rely on people to give you shit. Go out there and do it. If you want to be president of the United States, go ahead and do it. If you fail, at least you fail at something you're trying to do that you love. Margaret Thatcher did it. She didn't have feminism and equality and all that crazy stuff going on, and she went for it and became prime minister of Great Britain. And she even denounced feminism in that position. She did that stuff on her own. There are a lot of women that did that stuff without feminism, because they didn't sit around complaining and whining and looking for a handout. They went out and educated themselves, trained themselves in the skills they needed to get that position. And then, being qualified through experience and education, they got those positions. Do you think the CEO of AMD, the build the microprocessors and things, she got that job because somebody say, oh, she's a woman, let's make her president? She had some qualifications that she brought to the table and some experiences. So stop complaining and actually do this stuff on your own. Now, the last thing I would talk about in this video is that y'all may say a whole lot of stuff, lash out at us men, but what you're failing to do is to identify the incompetence that y'all have and trying to blame us for your incompetence. And real men are not intimidated by that. We could actually see you're incompetent. We can see the inconsistencies in what you say and what you do, and even the pussy whipped men can see it too, but they're trying to get some ass. So in conclusion, you can't change the nature of men. You may be able to change our mindset, but the way you're going about trying to do that is insulting to men, and we can see through it. Even the pussy whipped ones. But men who don't really care about that stuff don't need to do anything. So and then you as women need to woman up and stop matronizing us. So like the video if you do, subscribe, ask specific questions in the comment section down below. You all have a good day.